All right. We are back. Sweet 16, baby. Big Cotillion energy. We'd like to thank BB, Max Mara, Free People, Pretty Little Thing, for sponsoring the event today. We're live on camera for the first time. Happy to have all of them involved and helping us get the perfect dresses for the Tap Talk Sweet 16. DJ Omi is on the ones and twos. He's he's hurting a little bit right now, but he's going to be flexing some records. But what else? What happened in the week today? Fendi and Prada dropped ledgers. They drop physical ledgers. Like if you want to see it on the runway. Kit cars are all the rage with influencers. I'm trying to think what else happened. First, actually, I want to shout out these guys to start this. I want to shout out Colin and James for being super supportive homies. I'm going to get y'all like a beautiful candle or like some sort of like engraved gift because they be holding your boy down, helping me skyrocket up to a smaller proportion of followers. This is what this is what apes follow apes really means.
Oren,
this kind of support.
Oren got a 700 follower bump this weekend, I think.
I actually want to say, Oren, I genuinely appreciate that because I actually felt like Colin and I was like, well, we got some clout, bro. You know what I'm saying? We definitely, I mean, you put the content out there for sure, right? But I was like,
but you guys helped amplify it, you know what I mean? And that's this is, it's both working together. I know that I'm just like, I'm just a little guy out here just running a giant public company. And while, but you know
what I realized?
Get blessed with those retweets on.
Let me tell you what I thought about this, and it's like, it not to be just so self-serving. But like as someone who's basically part of a trio for a pod, right? Like if we're all going to help each other out, and the algo pushes to new people, like it only serves me, right? Like to continuously help to push the homies as well, because then when you push me, right? Like we all want, like all ships rise on high tide in that scenario, right? Like it doesn't make sense for me to not help out the homie. You know what I mean? Like we try and grow. You know what I mean? We're just content boys.
I'm just saying, I'm appreciated. I got gifts coming for y'all. You know what I mean? Well, maybe we'll unveil them on pod, and we'll see what happens.
Yo, I got some big personal news.
Oh,
so I've been doing Twitter for like really seriously for like a year now. That entire time, I've had this header that is a screenshot of Chamath tweeting a little Dirk lyric, and I've gone a year. I've got 50,000 followers. I think probably millions of profile views, and no one has ever noticed my header. And big shout out, Jack Rains. He writes for Liquidity. He DM'd me. He was like, yo, your header is amazing. And I was like, my man, you just made my year. It's early, Jack, you just made my year.
Lighters up for Jack. You know what I mean? Let's go. You know what I mean? We're ready. Yeah.
100%. What I love about that too is that like Colin's, that's such a great header, and people put and I don't like no one in particular, but people put so much effort into their header, and it actually to me often has the opposite effect of what they want.
Yeah.
Right?
Like yours is super whack, right? Isn't it like a landscape?
Yeah,
like
his is the default background for the Apple thing.
Yeah,
it's super fire.
Big Sur, baby, Big Sur. Right. You know what I'm saying?
It makes me think that maybe he works at Apple, because why else would he have that as the header?
I actually think it's not K2. It's like a super famous peak, but yeah, it has anything to do with me.
It's because bro, because you're at the summit, bro. You're at peak performance,
and we always strive to get to the top. We always strive for the top at all times. You know what I mean? Most people die on the way up. You know?
I had to test the headers, but I feel really bad because I had the one that was my favorite one, which is J.R. Smith. Holding the basketball and eyeing down Lonzo Ball, and Lonzo Ball's like, and he's got the Supreme sleeve. It was like one of the 3 games they did before they banned him for wearing the Supreme sleeve. And it's the hardest basketball photo that I may have ever seen, but it didn't convert. It's too niche of an audience. I got some fire chairs.
I used to get the constant DM that I was always getting was like, sir, like, can I sell you? Oh, let me design a Twitter header for you, and if you like it, you can pay me for it. I'm always just like, nah,
I got Big Sur. Catalina's coming out next week. I'm good.
But this is what we gotta do when we're all together next. We're gonna do the Tap Talk promo photo shoot. You know what I mean? And
I'm just gonna be ready, dude.
Bro. But it'll be serious. We'll be suited and booted.
100%. We bring a couple different outfits though. We bring a couple different fits, right? For me, that's just gonna be a black tee and some black jeans and some Vans.
Tan suit, black suit with shorts.
Love to say.
Suit with shorts. I'll wear the kilt. I'm not afraid to wear the man kilt. One of my favorite Tom Ford items.
But is it a real
Tom
kilt?
Brown. God damn.
Is it a real kilt or is that just
a real kilt, bro? You
appropriation?
gotta just.
Like, are
No,
you,
no,
are you Scottish?
You got the airflow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd say it's more of a statement piece.
You don't
Okay,
actually
fair enough.
own the kilt.
I
do
hope
you?
he does.
No, I don't own the
But
Tom
you're-
Brown
you're
kilt,
willing.
but we haven't
You're
had
ready.
we're not out and about like we used to be. If as soon as things are back to normal and we're like, we're really
Where
in the
you
mix,
on
like
the scene?
100% obligated.
If you could get Kingston the matching kilt for when you're out and about, bring him out with you, coming up from Orange County up to LA, we could hit the streets. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that would be the look. You know what I mean?
I don't know if they do Tom Brown kids, but like, they do Museum of Peace and Quiet kids, which is great because it'll just be a shirt and it'll be like organic.
Beautiful.
And it's just like, it's like $87. And so, hey, you never know.
Perfect. Chef's kiss. All right.
All right, what we
all
got
right.
for the tabs? What's the first tab?
Yeah, so first one, I feel like a lot of my tabs lately have been more of a moment in time than an actual link. So
You're more of a newsboy?
yeah, more
that how
of a current events boy lately. But so what I've got is the train package theft debacle, fiasco, disaster that's been all
Break
over
it down for the
internet.
people.
Yeah, I mean, so basically, this is all based around Southern California, right? And Union Pacific yards outside or in LA, and the scale of the theft is shocking. The images of it are crazy, right? It's basically just like completely littered with Amazon Prime packages, and I think it's an interesting thing. And my wife hates Union Pacific, and so as part of that, this is a years long saga. The current chapter in it is based on, for her little e-commerce business, she's having a unprecedented amount of packages just go missing, right? And she's noticed that a lot of them are like get the LA area check-in, and then they're just like pending update in Southern California. And so she's convinced that a lot of them are probably in these pictures here on Twitter, strewn about the tracks. I think it's particularly interesting because Union Pacific is like the mob. They own the land that all of the railroads in the whole country are built on, and they do exactly what they want to do, and pretty much nobody can tell them
Which
to do
is
it.
essentially absolutely nothing besides
Yes.
keep those trains running.
Right,
Yeah.
right, like literally, and there we go. There's a
Yeah, and
crazy.
so first question, is this going to impact a goal? This is year one goal of 80% EBITDA?
No, I think
is it-
I think inventory
Some make up for
will,
it?
but yeah.
Anyone who has not seen this, like, it sounds interesting, and then you look at the photos and it's sort of mind blowing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, you're
it's,
like, there's thousands of boxes just littered on the
it's
train.
like obscene. Like, it looks like a war zone or something, right? Like some third world, like crazy.
Yeah, well,
stuff
because initially you're like, okay, there's some guys going on there and like maybe taking packages, maybe taking some TVs. Like, nah, this is like
They're
there's
just-
hundreds of degenerates hopping on trains and opening every single box that are within
Yeah.
these cars when they're like at a stop. Like that's the level to which the pictures make it look like, and it probably is.
Yeah,
For
and they
sure.
can just do it because it's totally.
Well, also there's all this infrastructure. Like once people started like robbing things out of Louis Vuitton stores and just like being like, oh, no one's gonna mess with us, and they start looking at all this other like untouched infrastructure that there is. It's like, okay, cool. The meth heads were still on the copper wires for a while. We got people that are running into the stores. But what else is just absolutely unprotected infrastructure inside these places? Like you can't get to the Amazon Prime warehouse, but you can walk into a train yard, like especially at night.
Yeah.
Walk up to a train that's moving slowly and just get on it.
Yeah,
And no one will know.
or
you know?
parked, right? Like
Yeah,
completely
sure.
parked.
Sometimes they just sit there.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot. Sorry, go for it.
No, go ahead.
It's a lot of this touches on, without getting political, just conceptually that society, even with like law and police, like requires requires sort of like these social contracts where you just don't follow through. People just don't break the law all the time, right? Like it sort of brings up this concept to me. Like forget what you think about law and order and right and left. It's like we all have to. There's not any way that you could police all places at all times. It's just not possible, right? And so either we just sort of everything goes crazy, or we society have to come together, I think, and sort of implicitly decide to not do this kind of stuff because this is just nutty, right? And I think living in LA, I just moved to LA. There's a lot of when I was having dinner at this place Tattle on Cannon the other night, and I met this Flex. And I met a private security guard there, and he's like, we're talking about guns and stuff, right? And he's like talking about just like how everyone's getting robbed all the time and how everyone should be carrying a gun in LA. And then I was at Craig's the other day, and there's a dude with a bulletproof vest standing inside Craig's, like standing in one of the trendiest restaurants in LA, like in the front door, because everyone in Beverly Hills is worried they're about to just get robbed all the time. And obviously it's not exactly tied to the train stuff, but it sort of speaks to this more overarching feeling, I think, that is happening right now, where people are just like, I can just do what I want.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck. You're like, the disparity between rich and poor is so big that it's like, cool, we rob those people, they're just going to get new shit, which is 100% true. And it's not going to have any impact. But I think what Union Pacific is going to do to strike back on this is going to be, because this is like, the railroad goes back to like mafia goonery generations, right?
Sure.
So we're going to see, armed drones in like policing trains or whatever it is. Like, it's going to be so intense how hard they go back.
This is like the ships getting pirate. You know the ships going through Northern Africa when pirate attacks come, like Somalian pirates. This is like the same thing. They hire Blackwater. They hire these private security, and the dudes just sit there with machine guns, just light them up, in case anyone comes near them.
Well, and then that's going to end of the cycle where it's like, it's going to be some dystopian shit, because then it's going to be like, all right, well, they just mow down 100 people robbing some trains at some point, and then it's going to be like, really, like, human life has been devalued. So we're heading to a weird point.
I think, like,
sick intro to the pod.
Well, thank you. No, I think that the last point I have on it is, obviously people are really looking to the LA County DA to do something about this, but
he's the DA from San Francisco.
Yeah, right.
He's not going to do shit.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is on Union Pacific, right? Their business is transporting all these packages, and they just leave them completely vulnerable. Like, if anybody else had a business that was just constantly like getting attacked by thieves,
just
like that business.
When you drop off your package, just leave it in a clear box that's open.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like, anybody else would like beef up security, do something about it. And I think it's especially interesting with Union Pacific, because they just do, like, by all accounts, whatever they want. Like, they run whatever schedule they want. They will shut down traffic as they want, and there's nothing that anybody can do about it. And then you add this on top of it, where they're just not handling it. It's pretty weird.
Bro, brothers, we need to seize the trains.
Brothers.
Should we do a DAO to buy out Union Pacific? Is that what we need?
Ooh, TrainDAO.
TrainDAO. You heard it here first, y'all. If you guys do the TrainDAO, you're going to throw us some
We're going to start with a 1/36 scale replica of Union Pacific. And then we're going to...
Whenever I hear Union Pacific, I keep thinking PacSun. I keep thinking Pacific Sun, the clothing company, and my brain just goes to different places.